Good morning, good morning, good morning. Coming at you live with today's podcast. Well, it's kind of going to be like, it's going to start out with a healthy tip of the day, then we'll go into the actual title of the podcast. So I'll start out with today's healthy tip. Today's healthy tip is to do everything in moderation. That's today's healthy tip, to do everything in moderation. So what I mean by that is everything you do, you want to do it in moderation, but you want to be consistent with that moderation. So with exercise, eating right, even when you splurge on your cheat days, you want to do everything that's in reasonable moderation. Sometimes what we do excessively causes a lot of problems with our health and with our bodies changing in a negative way. So what we have to do those things into moderation. With moderation, I tell people, yes, it will be great to just eat what I want every single day, but that's not moderation. That's excessive. So whatever we do in an excessive terms, and excessive action causes excessive problems. Whatever we do that's excessively, that's in a bad way, can mess with our heart. Whatever we do in a bad way excessively can lead us down the path of stroke. Whatever we do in a bad way excessively can allow us to get diabetes or go into diabetic shock. So to be overweight, to have our body fat percentage out of in the unhealthy range, so on and so forth. So you just got to make sure whatever you do, you do it in moderation when it comes to your fitness journey or just getting your body back together. And I made a post of me doing deep squats. I got a lot of instant messages and like, how do you, how did you, how are you so flexible? What do you do? Just pretty much I tell people, man, just stretch, man. If you stretch twice a day, even when you don't exercise, it makes a huge difference. Stretching helps with your posture, it helps with your bones, it helps with your musculatory system. It just helps. I mean, it helps in so many ways. It allows your muscles to pretty much form and take shape the way they should. Stretching is so fundamentally important because flexibility is use it or lose it, man. It's use it or lose it. So you have to be flexible. Being active all my life, playing sports, martial arts, and those things have kept me agile and flexible. But just because you did those things don't mean that you have to stop practicing the fundamentals. And a lot of times we stop practicing the fundamentals when it comes to keeping our body right, keep being active, staying vibrant, staying energetic, keeping our mobility and our flexibility. We just kind of get away from the basic things. You always got to sometimes you got to go back to the basics. The basics is the foundation for everything, how everything goes. It's the forefathers of everything. So never get away from the basics. And stretching is basic fundamentals. And sometimes we lose our basic fundamentals because we stop practicing things. And stretching is something that you don't never want to practice, man. That's how your back goes out. That's how your hip goes out. That's how your shoulder goes out, because you're not doing you can work out all the time, but if you're not stretching those muscles to strengthen those bones, to strengthen that musculatory system so it works as one cohesive unit, then things are going to be out of sorts and out of whack. So you just got to be mindful that you don't never stray away from the basic fundamentals when it comes to exercise and keeping your body intact. To it's working like one well-oiled machine, to it's working like one unit. And to be mentally sound is to be physically sound. So if you want your mind and your body to gel together, you must make sure you do not stray away from the basic fundamentals. Practice makes perfect, but we'll never be perfect. So the closest thing to perfection we're going to get as people is excellence. But if you're not practicing a thing, if you're not being in a routine of a thing, when things happen or you get hurt, I mean, you have nothing to counter. You have nothing to fall back on. your health is something that you can fall back on because you're exercising from week to week, month to month, year to year. And that's just something we as people, we just pretty much get away from. And that's really not a good thing. And what I try to tell everyone, man, just be present. You need to be presently sound. You need to be presently sound in mind, body, spirit, psychologically, emotionally, mentally. You have to be sound, man. You have to be present. And you have to use a strong sense of keen awareness that keeps you on track of things. Listen, man, we all lose sight of things, but once you lose sight of things, you got to get back to center. And how do you get back to center? You go back to the basic fundamentals. And you got to get that body. People think once you get to a certain age, you got to let your body go, blah, blah, blah. Listen, man, we need this thing. We need this thing to work. We need this thing to gel. We need this thing to be one cohesive unit. We need this thing to just do life. We need this thing to work. We need this thing to raise our kids. We need this thing to deal with our grandchildren, our younger kids, you know, to keep up, man. You this thing right here is everything. Your body, your health is everything. There is nothing more important in my mind than my body, than my health, because I need it. You know what I'm saying? Without it, I ain't nothing. It's like I need my health and I need the big man upstairs. Without them two, I can't do nothing. I can't do nothing without the big man upstairs, and I can't do nothing without my health. And when your health is suffering, when your health is at 50%, 40%, 30%, 20%, man, you're struggling. You're struggling big time because you're not staying on top of it. But we put everything as a precedence more important than our health, than our heartbeat. Your body being in shape, that's a necessity. That's not a luxury. Your heart beating properly, that's a necessity. That's not a luxury. You being able to be present, you being able to be vibrant and energetic and to go throughout your day to where you don't wake up and you're like, oh my God, you have no energy. Man, these things are fundamentals and these things that we need on a Monday through Sunday basis. And without them, we will struggle. You will struggle without your health. You will struggle when you're not in shape. You will struggle because everything you do requires good health. And when you don't have good health, you're struggling through everything. You're struggling through work. You're struggling through sex. You're struggling through just going up a flight of stairs. You're struggling with carrying your luggage in the airport. You're struggling through everything. But imagine if you get that health right. Imagine if you start working on getting that body right. And listen, man, New Year's resolutions, I don't do them. I personally don't believe in them because for me, a resolution is an act to resolve a thing. If I'm not working on resolving that thing that I'm constantly speaking out and spewing out my mouth, nothing is changing. Change ain't changed until things are changed. And so if we can talk a good talk, but if we're not implementing action, if we're seeking information with no plans of implementation, so what are we doing? If we're not realizing the best indicator of future behavior going forward is that of past behavior. So if you're not choking out your past bad behavior problems, how can you get better in 2024? Because you're not implementing no action. You talking a good talk, but you're not implementing no action. And see, things start with implementation of action. If there's no implementation of action, there can be no change in body. There can be no change in mind. There can be no change in pretty much. There can be no change in attitude. So you have to change the thing in order to get a new thing. And now we're getting ready to segue into the subject of the day. You are now into the No Judgment Zone with me, Sean Taylor. Discussing topics with no judgments, Listen, man, I created the No Judgment Zone podcast in memory of my mom. So my mom always said, you know, how can a bird can't even fly high to look down on others without coming back down. So my mother used to always tell me, even if you're justified with reason, have no right to judge no woman, no man, no girl, no boy. And a lot of us judge people for things where we've done the same damn things, but we kept our bullshit and shit in secret. But we sitting up here judging another man, another woman for the same things that we once done. When people come to me and they say, Sean, you know what so-and-so did? You know what your boy did? You want, first of all, if it's my partner, if it's one of my best friends, it's one of my homies, first of all, I can't judge that brother. How can I judge another man for some shit that I used to do in the past? Regardless if I'm on the path of redemption, if I'm on a path of a new mindset and attitude, I still can't judge that brother because I did the same shit. How can I judge another man for womanizing when I used to do the same shit? How can I judge another dude from cheating when I did the same shit? How can I judge another dude for cheating on his wife when I did the same shit? Cheating on his woman, I did the same shit. I played games. I did the same shit. I ghosted people. I did the same shit. So I can't judge even my best friend or my blood brother. I can't judge them for nothing that they're doing when I did the same identical shit. So when you come to me talking about somebody that close to my heart, that somebody is a family member or a best friend or cousin or whatever the case may be, I'm like, man, what answer you want from me, bro? What answer you want from me, sis? I can't judge that man or that woman for some of the same stuff I've done. I can't judge nobody. See, when you start judging people, now that hot spotlight gets on your dud ass. And you got to be very careful. My mom used to always tell me, be very careful in judging people. Sean, you will live a better life by not judging nobody at all. So I don't. That's why I always, in whatever segment, I'll start judging people too once I become perfect. But since I'm in no danger, keyword, no danger of ever becoming perfect, you'll never have to worry about this brother ever judging you. That's on my mama. That's on my kid. That's on my dead son. That's on me. That's on my life. I ain't never gonna judge you for nothing because I ain't got no right or place, even if I'm justified. So I'm never gonna judge you on anything because I'm not sitting in the place of perfection. I tell people all the time, dude, I've made more mistakes than many. I am no relationship whisperer. I'm no relationship guru. I'm like, listen, man, listen. I'm not gonna speak on matters as if I got all the answers. That's why I don't get into the hoopla of what people say. I don't follow everybody and do all those things because, man, that person that's talking that rah-rah shit, they once was you. They once was the most trifling, manipulative, deceptive person in the planet, man. How I'm gonna judge a man when I done went from Saul to Paul? I can't do that. I can't do that. So no, I'm gonna lift up my sister that's fallen. I'm gonna lift up my brother that's fallen. I can't judge them. I ain't got no rightful place. There's one judge. My mama taught me there's one judge that sits high and looks low. And buddy, ain't nobody perfect but that one. I'm gonna sit up and judge when a man walked the earth 33 years and he struggled in that perfection and still struggled. No, bro. Hey, listen, I'll tell anybody, I don't care if we trying to get to know each other, you trying to become my girlfriend, to become my wife, or what? Listen, if you looking for a goody two shoes, I'm far from it. I'm that dude from the wrong side of the tracks. So run your background checks and do whatever you want to. But once you run your background check and after I already told you all my mess, we can move. We can keep it. We just keep it pushing because now I already told you went behind my back and violated my privacy anyway. When I've already gave you all the valuable information that you needed. So I'll let anybody know. Let me go ahead and put full disclosure. Full disclosure right now. I've cheated on tons of women. Lied, manipulated, deceived, stolen, been locked up, been in trouble, ex-military too, no right for wrong and still did wrong anyway. Because it's just mentally fucked up. But here's the difference is owning your shit. My mom always told me, own your shit. Own it. See, when you own it, no one can use it against you. Because when they try to use stuff that you've already owned and admitted, they look dumb. So I tell people, dude, bring up my past, judge me all you want to, try to sabotage me. Good luck with all that shit. Because I've already owned it. I've done some of the most horrible things known. Hurt people on purpose, premeditated. I used to be a really mentally effed up person. Still not perfect, but on the verge of just getting everything right, just working on things. Self-improvement. That self-improvement thing, man, that's a daily task, bro. But it's refreshing to be around people who owns. See, when you own your shit and you looking at a person like, look, man, I've done the same thing, man. Okay, now we can vibe. I'm not up here looking at them like they better than me. Y'all got to be very careful about who you're laughing at, who you're moving wrong on, who you're being disloyal to, who you talking behind their back, all the things that you're doing. See, here's the thing about that thing, man, that reaping and sowing, that thing is real. Y'all think reaping and sowing comes back in the same form, man. And sometimes that stuff come back in your health. Sometimes that thing come back in your finances. Sometimes that thing comes back and hits your kids. Man, all that revenge stuff, all that resentment, the bitterness, that unforgiveness, man, you crippling yourself. You sabotaging yourself. You sabotaging everything you could have. That's why you can't never get a good dude, because you damaged. You so traumatized, you will never get a good dude, because you won't change your attitude. That's why, bro, sometimes you won't get a good woman. You so traumatized, you can't even get the self-development, to get the self-help, to even own your shit. You still walking around in what happened to you 10, 15, 20 years ago. Man, let that shit go. Y'all out here being resentful, bitterness, unforgiveness, over you crying over eggs that can't, man, them eggs scrambled. You can't put them back in the shell, baby. Man, that milk is spilled. You cannot put it back in the carton. What's done is done. You move on from it, you get wiser of it. But when my mom taught me this, and I love her philosophy, she said, say I'm sorry quick, forgive even quicker. Let me repeat that. She says, say I'm sorry and apologize quickly and forgive even more quicker than that. She said, Sean, listen. She said, Sean, let's just keep it transparent, son. I done messed up, you done messed up in this life. Who are we to walk around judging people, acting like we better? That man upstairs, since high and looks low, forgives us and deal with our nonsense every single day. How many times have we let him down? We let him down consciously and subconsciously. And he still loves us and forgives us and still the same. If we had to depend on people, imagine if the big man upstairs had the attitude, the unforgiveness, the resentment, the bitterness as people, we would be assed out, son. I think about that every day when things go wrong, when things get turned upside down, when things go sideways. So I say I'm sorry quickly and I forgive even quicker than that, because I'm like, I'm not doing it for them. I'm doing it for me. I need some stuff. I need some blessings. I need some good fortune, man. But if I'm walking around with that stuff all into my heart, what it's doing, it's consuming me. It's corrupting me. And it's in my gestures, in my facial expressions, in my attitude, it's in my demeanor, it's in my persona, it's in my aura. And I'm carrying that thing around, raising it up. It's like I'm carrying around from the embryo stage, raising it up. It's sleeping with me. It's going to work with me. It's going to school with me. It's in my relationship. It's in my marriage. It's me dealing with my kids. I'm raising. Now that thing I've been carrying around 14 years old, it's a 14-year-old teenager of resentment and bitterness and unforgiveness inside me, trauma inside of me. Once trauma becomes your identity, you are psychologically, spiritually, emotionally, and mentally fucked. Because trauma has become your identity. You wear it. You speak how you speak negatively all the damn time. Trauma has become your 24/7, 365 days routine. It is your identity now. And once trauma becomes your identity, you are psychologically screwed. And now you got to unfuck yourself. How you unfuck yourself? You go get the self-help that you need. You stop being in denial. You can't heal because you avoid that you even fucking hurt. So how can you heal when you lying about being hurt? You denying about the hurt. You denying about the pain. You denying about the traumatic experience. You denying about that rape. You denying about that child molestation. You denying about how men did this. You denying about that you had the whole phase and this and that. You pretended. You're a pretender. You're a pretender 24/7, 365 days. Man, let me tell you something. The big man upstairs have been taking me on a journey, and I've done some fucked up shit to women, to men, all kind of things, some wrong things. And trust me, I've paid my dues and still paying. But he's taking me on a journey of self-reflection of me. And see, what you got to understand, until you own your shit, you can't change shit. You are never going to heal mentally, spiritually, psychologically, emotionally until you own it. Stop being afraid talking about it, man. Put that shit out there. Because somebody is struggling with something that you are going through right now, and they need to see, what are you doing to get through it? I ain't wallowing in it. I ain't sleeping with it. I grew it up for 14 years and now I didn't cut it off by the root. It's no longer inside of me. I've let that stuff go and I'm working through that. You got to do that. Y'all quit. So my mom used to tell me, quit saying people can't change. Any man or woman can change if they truly want to. Now, if you give up and you sleep on the change and somebody else get in, they better. That's your loss, because you didn't want to deal with it. You don't have the patience. And see, to know a person, it takes patience to know a person. It takes patience. I heard a pastor a couple of weeks say, y'all think that marriages and relationships are heaven or earth, and that's y'all problem. Y'all believe in everything that you're seeing on social media, and social media ain't nothing but it's fugazi. If people ain't talking about real shit, that's fake shit. I'm sorry. Real relationships and marriages, let me tell you something. Perfect relationships and marriages ain't real, and real relationships and marriages ain't perfect. Until you get that philosophy in your cerebral cortex, you gonna be highly delusional. Y'all think this stuff is Disney World, Santa Claus, and fairy tales. There are problems, there are situations, there are circumstances, there are occurrences. But if you are a quitter, if your MO is to quit on everything you do, man, you just stay by yourself, man. My mother always told me, beware of anybody, friends, family, loved ones, girlfriend, wife, whoever, that's looking for easy. There's no growth from easy, Sean. If they're not willing to go through, if they're not willing to go to be in the trenches with you, not foxhole with you, son, they ain't the one. You got to keep it pushing. Because I'm going to make mistakes until I die. Until we have that real grown-up conversations. Look, man, you imperfect, I'm imperfect. We two imperfect people coming here to try to make something work. And if we see it that way and we don't judge each other, that means we both can show up every day, Monday through Sunday, butt naked. We can be who we are. And there's no judgments. And see, today's argument is not going to turn into tomorrow's problem. That's what y'all whole problem is. Y'all hold on to shit for way too long. The blessing can be right there around the corner, but you two holding on shit, he can't give it to you. You refuse to let go because you ain't trying to make positive change. No one can tell you nothing. You're so sensitive. You even sensitive to truth. You even sensitive to positive, constructive criticism that's going to lift you up and make you better in your health, make you better in your relationship, make you a better man, make you a better woman. But you gravitate to all negative nonsense. That's not adding no value from your life, but subtracting everything from your life. See, happiness, you can't buy it and you can't win it. You have to choose it. And here's the thing about happiness. Mother told me this at 26, 27 years old. She said, happiness, son, is an inside job. There's no woman's job to make you happy. I was like, huh? And guess what? There's a flip side to that coin, son. It ain't your job to make no woman happy either. Happiness is an individual choice. It's an internal switch that you have to switch on. So you either choose that switch or choose not that switch. You can turn the switch on or just turn it off. It's up to you. But happiness is a choice every day, Monday through Sunday. So if I don't choose to internally make Sean happy, I ain't going to be happy with nothing or nobody else. There are people, listen, people, let me tell you something. I only can speak on what I've experienced and lived through. There are people that I was actually involved with that actually wake up mad. They wake up mad. How you sleep 8 hours and then you wake up mad? No dreams. That person chooses to be mad on purpose. And see, what you got to understand, how you set the tone for your day will make or break your day. I don't start my day without having prayer with that dude upstairs. And I'm not perfect. My life is not perfect. I still make mistakes. I still say some things wrong. I'm perfectly imperfect. See, I know, unlike most people, that as long as I'm in this flesh, I'm never going to be perfect. So I don't try to be. I am who I am. You got a choice. You can choose it or choose not to. And I'm not on the cool. I'm not even going to be offended. Because I know I'm not for everybody and everybody's not for me. And I'm cool with that. I'm cool with it. I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning with it. And I'm not even offended. Because I tell everybody all the time, life is about choices and options. You got them, hey, do your thing, man. And if I'm not fitting into that equation of those options, I'm not even offended. You got to do what you got to do for you. But thank you for letting me know so I ain't wasted 3, 4, 5 years with your dud ass. I applaud the people. Man, tell me you don't want to deal with me. I'm good. Because I told somebody, it was like, God, that's a cold thing. I said, man, that's a truthful thing. I'm like, man, listen, if my woman or wife came to me tomorrow and said, I don't want to be with you no more, I'm not going to try to stop her. You know why? Because I lost the number one woman that I ever loved first. And no woman's love is going to compare to the love of my mother. Never will. It won't even come close. She was there for me when everybody left. She was there for me when everybody turned their back on me. She was there for me when everybody threw in the towel on me. Everybody gave up. If my mother wasn't there for me at one point in my life, I'd have ate every 30 of those years they was trying to give me. But she saw a loophole in that thing. And she said, that loophole is that's going to be the key to your freedom right there. And we went with it. She gathered up all the resources and she got me. And I told my mom from that day on, I said, there's nothing. If you need anything, you got it. She wouldn't even let me repay her back. That's love, man. That's love. And here's the thing. I was dead to the rights on majority of it. But see, here's the thing about people, even in our judicial system, they'll see you done something wrong and they add on extra shit. And what I tell people, I said, listen, I'm wrong for this, but just because I've done wrong, you ain't gonna be adding on no extra lies on top of my shit that I've already owned. You can eat a bag of dicks with that. People are notoriously known for just adding on shit. Well, they already bad, so everybody gonna believe I add a little extra additional toppings on that shit. No. I will fight you tooth and nail for some stuff I done. And then if we have to separate and part ways because I'm not going to admit that wrong that you trying to allow me and put that up. Oh, well, do your thing, man. Do your damn thing. I'm not gonna lose a millisecond of sleep. Because now you done showed who you are by showing you that weak ass hand. If I'm wrong for what I'm wrong for, my mother always said, just own it and just say, hey, I'm wrong. You know, it is what it is. I've gotten to the point and tell people, listen, I am mentally fucked up. And I'm working through a lot of shit. You could get on this train or you could get the hell off. It's up to you. I'm not going to treat you no different. I ain't going to act funny to you because I'm not one of those people. If I know you, I ain't acting funny to you. If I was in a relationship with you and I see you in the street, I ain't acting funny with you. I ain't moving funny and acting all weird and stuff. Y'all do that all the time. Y'all ain't my people. I'm sorry, you ain't my people. I ain't gonna be with somebody 20 years and then I ain't with them and I just shit on their name and their reputation and everything. All because things went wrong, all because I didn't get what I wanted. Even if they done me wrong. I tell people all the time, listen, man, I don't want to hear about cheating and wrong. I've been lied to, I've been cheated on. I have walked into my chick's place and she, getting ran through by some dude. And I was cooler than a polar bear's toenails and that's what scared the hell out of both of them. Because they ain't know what to do. I reacted the opposite. It's chess, not checkers, baby. I will mentally fuck with you because I know in my heart of heart and mind of minds that you are about to shit your pants because you caught. I'm looking right at you. What you gonna do? What you gonna do? Yeah, I done been there. So, man, hey, it don't matter how you look. It don't matter how fine you are. It don't matter how beautiful you are. Some of the most good-looking, most gorgeous people on the planet have been cheated on. Ain't nobody exempt, baby. Nobody. You may think you are, but you're not. What are you going to do from that? When something goes wrong, Gwen always told me, evaluate the situation and see where your part is in the play of whatever went wrong. She said, when things go wrong, majority, it's both people's fault. It's both people's fault. First of all, they ain't talking. Somewhere there's neglect, and here's all the issues. But one person plays victim and blames the person from everything to A to Z as if they were the perfect angel. Yeah. I never buy into that stuff. Because my mother always told me, even when you're dealing with these women, baby, she said, majority of them going to play victim. They are. They will. That's what we do as women. And what I loved about her, and this is why I say no woman's love is going to come close, because my mom owned all her bullshit. And she let me know, this is how we are. They not going to tell you how we are. I'm your mother. I ain't got no dog in your fight. I'm going to tell you how we are. This is something I'm not going to say neutral on, Sean. I'm going to give you the game plan. I'm going to give you the playbook, son. Now, and when you go through stuff and it goes wrong and you don't catch it, you don't catch it because you don't want to catch it because you've already seen it and you be in the denial of what you see. You're ignoring what you see because you so into them that much. We do that on both sides. She said, but the thing about me and them, I'm going to tell you our bullshit. I'm going to tell you while you sleeping, we thinking. I'm going to tell you straight up, y'all, we are very strategic with our shit. I'm going to tell you there's a secret that somebody else knows that's a male and me. I'm going to tell you that we're always looking at our options and stuff like that. Sean, we're built like that. It's messed up. I'm going to tell you, any woman could go to any jail or any court system and say you done this, they're going to lock your ass up. If dude do it, they don't even going to give a damn about it. And you could be in Zimbabwe somewhere. She could say you did this and you weren't even in town. You was out of the country. You're going to have to come from Zimbabwe back to the States to prove your innocence, and you ain't even touched her. That's how much power we have. I'm going to let you know, Sean, wars have been started over a piece of female ass. That's real talk. See, everything I'm saying that came from a woman, y'all think a lot of these things I'm saying came from a man. No, because there was no man to be found, baby. It all came from a female. Not only that female, but my Auntie Deborah, but my Grandma Louise. And they was giving me that real. I mean, they was giving me that liquor of mental information with no chaser. And boy, that shit was strong as I drank it. So people say, oh, hey, Sean, you tough on women, you hard on women. I'm like, no, they tough on us. But what I'm going to give you, I'm going to give you that same heat and that same smoke. And one or two things going to happen. You either going to stand there and deal with it, or you going to bitch up and fold. And when you bitch up and fold, that allows me to know, I'm like, that person ain't got no heart or fight in them. They are mentally weak by nature. Because the real woman going to sit there and be like, dang, she going to shake her head like, yeah, you built different. She going to laugh and she going to realize, I can't come at this dude sideways. His mama done gave him the blueprint. He done already called me out on how we are. That's the thing. What I loved about my mother, she wasn't concentrating on giving me materialistic shit. She was concentrating on giving me information on life. So after I worked through my years of lying, worked on my years of trying to fit in, worked on my years of appeasing everybody, worked on my years of blowing smoke up people's asses, worked on my years of being fake and phony, just because I just wanted to be one of the cool kids. I just want everybody to like me. Once I stopped giving a fuck about whether people like me, love me, or not, Once, and I tell every woman I've ever, I'm like, you will quit this relationship and marriage before I ever will. You will. Because you don't know how long I've been fighting. I've been fighting since I was a child. And see, when you fight that long in life, by the time you become an adult, you a damn gladiator. You damn near fight for sport because it's second nature. That's the difference between you and me. That's how I know your love and my love ain't never gonna be the same. I'm gonna love you through your bullshit. I'm gonna love you through everything. And that's why I don't tell everybody I love them. That's why I don't fall in love easy. And I can count on one hand the times I was in love. Because when I love your dud ass, I love hard and I love passionately. And I love with everything that I am. I ain't playing with you. And see, when I love you like that, I take everything, I take it personally. I take the love I have for you personally. So, um, so that's just what I do. I don't know how to do that halfway stuff. I've been in full-blown relationships and people say, I love you, I love you, I love you. And I don't never say that shit back. That's on my mama. Because you know why? I knew I wasn't there. I don't play with that. And so when it goes sideways, like I told you I love you, I say, I've never told you I loved you. I never told you I was in love with you. You gonna fault me for that? And I told you in the beginning, that's how I am. I don't do that easily. Because once I said, my mother said, once you say I love you, once you say I'm in love with you, you gotta own that. I don't care what my mother said, I don't care what they tell you. When that goes sideways, I love you, I really did. I'm like, no, you didn't. Because if you did, we would still be trying to fight to make this shit work. You liked the hell out of me, but you didn't love me. You don't even know what the hell love is. Your love is a series of hit and runs. And as soon as the things don't fit into your little perfect world of perfection, you abandon it and you run. You talk out of your ass or whatever excuse to mind fuck yourself into believing, to validate it. And then you'll tell your punk ass friends, and then they mad at somebody that they don't even know. I'm like, look, I ain't done shit to you. You jump on that bandwagon or something. You know, so my thing about it is, I'm like, man, that's why I be like, man, this world is really fucked up. Just the mentality of people. So I don't buy into the shit. I don't listen to nothing America says because America's lied about everything. America's been lying to me since I've been born. They've been lying to you since they've been born. They lie about everything. There are things that's going on. You learn a lot of things when you take certain jobs in this world, when you're working behind the scenes, when you're paid to do the dirty work. You learn a lot of things. And I'm not going to go into that. I'm not going to divulge all of that. But you learn a lot of things about this world once you start learning about history and learning how this world is. A lot of y'all are educated about the place that you even walk, the soil that you even walk on. You are uneducated in what is literally going on. But I digress. That's a whole different segment within itself. But it's not my place to judge no man or no woman. But you got to understand, your happiness is a choice. You could play victim or you could be the victor. You could play victim or you could be the victor. You could choose to be mad and miserable or you could choose to be happy. See, nobody can do life for you. You got to do it. No one can work out for you and you get the results. You got to do the work. No one can eat right for you and you get the results. You got to do the work. No one can do that cardio work and you get the results. You got to do the work. No one can be consistent on their fitness journey and you get the results. You got to be consistent. And a lot of y'all adults, supposedly, you bitch, whine, moan, and complain like you're a child over things that you know that needs to get done. But here's the thing. When it's time to go clock in on that clock, you're going to be there Monday through Friday without fail. Why don't you take that same astonishing attitude and put it into your body. Put it into eating right. Put it in consistency. Put it in being forgiven. Put it in getting rid of that bitterness. Putting it instead of and removing that trauma as your identity. A lot of y'all so damaged, it's so physical. Ray Charles can see how trauma, you wear it as a mask on your face. It's your whole identity every single day. My mother said the best way to study a person is observe a person. The best way to study a person is observe a person. She said, no, son. You ain't got to be breaking in emails and trolling on social media, looking at comments. Observe them. Watch them. Listen to them. That's how you learn them. But y'all ain't got the patience for nothing. Y'all so damn impatient. You want perfect everything. And ladies, I'm gonna give you a little nugget about guys, because I'm a guy and I can do that. So I'm gonna give you a nugget about us men. Us men who have everything. Us men who have education. Us men who have our businesses. Us men who have money in the bank. Us men who have pretty much their shit together on paper. When we bind y'all everything in the world, now I'm talking about everything, we trying to pretty much shut y'all the hell up because we got other horses in the stable, so to speak. Good looking, tall, body just Greek God, educated, articulate. I mean, just on every level, just knocking everything out the box, just A+, 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 every A+. Dick game is the best you've ever seen in the world. Make you squirt and you've never squirted before. You just have orgasms back to back to back. All these things going on, right? When things go wrong, when they buy you things to when they mess up or whatever thing. Here's the thing. You are not the only horse in that stable. You think you're the only horse in that stable. You want this? He got money just hanging out his anus. You in your mind think that you are the only chick. You ain't. You're not. You never will be. You're just not. So when you think about when you want those everythings, think about what number are you in on the list. Are you number 2, number 8, number 5, number 4, number 9, number 10? I don't know. Be very mindful. Gwen taught me a long time ago, life is chess, not checkers. Watch how the pieces are moved across the board, baby. See, checkers is easy. Chess, you got to think. Chess, you got to be strategic. Chess, you just can't move abruptly and rash, you know. You got to really watch the board. You got to really watch how to counter, why they move. Why did that knight move that way? Why did the queen move that way? Why did the king move that way? Why did the bishop move that way? Why did the rook move that way? Why did the pawn move that way? Why? Just ask yourself why. But what you must understand is happiness is a choice. My mother told me about 6 months before she died, she said, what I want you to do, I want you to always never forget, do the things that you've always done that make Sean happy. I'm a big kid. I don't have a lot of time to do it, but I like to play my video games here and there. But if my woman walk across in a lingerie or something, or my wife walk across in some lingerie that she want my attention, I'm throwing that remote going. It's being thrown somewhere. I'll find it tomorrow. Or if there's football on, and she walking across, my woman or my wife are walking across in some lingerie looking, whatever I was watching, I'll watch it later. I'll catch the highlights. There's nothing gonna be more important than giving her that attention. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to do the things that make me happy. Sometimes I like to shoot pool. Sometimes I like to go bowling. Sometimes I like to just go to the movies by myself. See, when you learn to be alone at a young age, and you learn to make yourself happy alone at a young age, you learn as you get older, when a person comes into my life, they're just an addition onto the cake. It's just some sprinkles. Once those sprinkles leave off that cake, my happiness don't leave out the door with them. I may miss them. I may long for them. I may desire them. I may think of them from time to time. But my happiness stays home. It stays right up in here. Because I'm the author of my happiness. I'm the conductor of my happiness. I'm the head of that happiness. I'm what makes that happiness go. So if they leave my life, my happiness is not left. Do I miss them? Do I long for them? Do I think about them? Yes, I am human. I'm not a robot. I got a heart. So yeah, this is true. But my happiness don't leave. See, happiness is an inside job that you must do every day. Y'all are looking for people for happiness. Let me tell you something. The only person that can truly make you happy 24/7, 365 days a year, even when things are going wrong, even when things are upside down and sideways, that is God, the big man upstairs, the Alpha and Omega, the beginning of the end, the man that's omnipotent and omnipresent. That's the only person that's going to make you happy. If you are looking for a man or a woman to make you happy, your dud ass is never going to be happy. There we go. That's no secret. That's just basic common sense. You are looking for your happiness in somebody else. No, 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 no. They're an addition to my happiness, but my happiness is not from them. My happiness comes from me, not people. I don't follow people. I do not follow what society does. If you can't look at the state of America, current events, everything society has done, and if you continuously follow, oh, and please, if you follow what's on social media, they lying so much on social media, you don't know what's going behind their closed personal doors. But it's a facade. Let me tell you something. I don't care how much money you got. I don't care what celebrity you are. I don't care how many properties you have. I don't care how much education you got. I don't care if you got 20 damn degrees. Everybody got problems, issues, and something traumatizing that has happened to them in their life somewhere. Whether it's relationship, whether it's child, whether it's rape, whether it's jail, whether it's something. They got something. But what you got to compartmentalize and separate and realize, you got to know this. My trauma cannot become my identity. I know tons of people that I talk to, deal with on a weekly, monthly, yearly basis. Their trauma is their identity. How they talk, I'm not going to point it out to them. I'm not even going to have that conversation. I'm not going to have a Dr. Phil moment with them. But I know that their trauma is their identity. How I know? Because I used to wear that same trauma as my identity. That's how I know. I know what it looks like. When you used to be in a uniform, and when you used to wear a certain mask, you used to have a certain job, and you know the requirements of that job, you know exactly what it looks like. Because you used to do it. Somebody told me last week, it's like everything you have gone through, all the loss. How do you do it? I say, first of all, I'm not doing a damn thing. His mercy and his grace is constantly sufficient. He told me when I lost my mother, I don't want you asking another man, another woman for nothing. Because I'm going to work through everything I put in your path, and they're going to do it from their heart, genuinely. You won't even have to ask. You depend on me, I'm going to give you everything, and I'm going to supply the increase. Even when good things happen to you and people knew you from your past, they'd be like, oh man, how is this happening? How are you doing this? How is he doing this? How is he doing this? Because guess what, Sean? They don't know my relationship with you. They don't know you was raised up in the church. They don't know that I have been with you since the beginning. And they don't know that I know the heart that you got. You've made mistakes. Who hasn't? Who in this world has not made mistakes? Who in this world does not have skeletons in their closet? I mean, I'll wait. Who on this earth that's perfect? I will wait. You done messed up at some point in your life and you judge people for the same things that you have done in your past. Where they do that at? Y'all do it every day. You do it every day. You wondering why you can't get that dude? Because he see that trauma is your identity. I've heard women say, I'm just going to be mean. I'm just going to be a bitch. I'm just going to, all right. You have made trauma your whole identity. Thank you for the invaluable information so I can move exit stage left. Thank you. Because when trauma becomes your identity, you treat everybody as such. You treat everybody based off your trauma. That's how you treat them. So that means based off your trauma, you are treating people pretty much not too good. You just think you do. You think you're treating them good. No, you're not. They have settled for you. You don't deserve them. They have settled for you. They trying to work with your punk ass. They see you are struggling. You see, one thing that therapy, and yes, I am in therapy. Yes, I will admit it. I don't care what you think about it. I don't care how you judge me. You can talk about me all you want to. I really don't care because you're talking anyway. You're saying anyway. You judge me on something anyway. I don't care. Looking and going to get help to make yourself a better person, that takes strength. Weak people say they don't need it. No, you need it. Because when you get the help and you get your mind better, you see the trauma inside people. You hear the trauma inside people. You hear it and you see it. They so accustomed to that trauma that they can't even recognize it. It's like a person who has a bad body odor. Everybody can smell that stench but them because they are accustomed to it. Trauma is a stench that you can't smell, but everybody smell it but you. Everybody smells your trauma but you. You're in denial of it. And you treat every person accordingly based off of what you've been through because you have a victimized mentality. Victims don't ever admit shit. Found that out in trauma. In therapy, in therapy. Victims don't admit nothing. They ain't got no problems. They got it all worked out. They redeemed. They got all the answers. But happiness, you can't buy it and you can't win it. You have to choose it. You have to seize it. And you have to create your own internal happiness. Man, I've had tons of zero behind my account. Not been happy. I've had every materialistic thing. Not been happy. Some of the baddest chick laying in the bed. Ain't happy. Yeah. Everything going good. Ain't happy. 2, 3 women in the bed. Quattros, menage a trois, quattros, quadra. Not happy. Mm-hmm. Imagine all the time, just several times, just having 2 bad women just be like, walk up to you and they say, listen, man, we just want to give you the time of your life. Bad as hell. Perfect dimes. Still ain't happy. Did it? Still wasn't happy. See, happiness is an inside job. So people say, oh, Sean, I'm like, man, I have done things in 10 different men's lifetimes, man. Had the most gorgeous women, the best bodies, be so bad that women and men are coming up and complimenting your woman right in front of your face. Like, man, she is gorgeous. Oh my God, When you've had some of everything, done some of everything, You see, the substance from life don't come from that. You've been there, done that. It's not even appealing to you anymore. Your boys be like, Sean, you see her? Oh yeah, I've had that. He don't see me? Yes, sweetheart, I see you. I see that your body is good. I see that you're beautiful. I see all that. But baby, I done had you plenty of times. I've had you. I've had women like you plenty of times. So it's all about substance when you've already been to the big show. You've seen the flashy lights. You've been in a big game. You've been in front of thousands of people, and you've been treated like a god and all these different things. Life becomes about substance when you've already been there, done those things. And if it has no substance, it ain't gonna work for me anyway. There are plenty of beautiful women, nice looking, handsome dudes, women with drop dead gorgeous bodies, men with bodies of Greek god Adonis, but they have no substance beyond their looks. Can you have a conversation that moves you inside? Have a conversation so captivating that you just love listening to them talk. You just want to hear more. You just want to hear more because you feel like you learned something else. Like, man, I didn't know that. You start seeing things in different perspectives. See, mental substance is everything. Once you get beyond the physical, you realize that mental substance is it's the grand poobah of all. But you got to understand that happiness switch, that's your job that you have to turn on. Nobody can turn that thing on for you. Nobody can turn that thing off for you. That's a switch that you control. Every day you wake up, you can choose to be mad. You can choose to stay traumatized. You can choose to be resentful. You can choose to be bitter. You can choose to be angry. You can choose to be. It's a choice. Because no one's making you that. You are choosing on purpose to be that every day. And on these New Year's resolutions, your resolution to start anew should start right now. If I were you, I wouldn't let excuses or procrastination make me bitch up and make me its bitch all over again in 2024 like it's done to you in all of 2023. See, excuses and procrastination, it makes you look like a little bitch. If you're not taking care of your body, excuses and procrastination has made you its bitch. You a little bitch. You done bitched up on getting your body right. You done bitched up on losing weight. You done bitched up on eat right. You bitched up on being consistent. You done bitched up. Excuses and procrastination is pimped you out, and you the bitch on Hole's Road. So what's going to be different? Are you going to go from being a little bitch from 2023 and take control of your life back in 2024? Get control of your life back in 2024? Get your body right in 2024? Get your mind right in 2024? Drop that traumatized identity in 2024? Drop the resentment in 2024? Drop the bitterness, the unforgiveness in 2024? Drop the judgments in 2024? So what's going to be so miraculously different when the clock strikes 12, January 1st, 2024, when you still talking the same talk that you was doing in 2023? Like I said, a resolution is an act to resolve a thing, to rectify a thing, to fix a thing. And a lot of y'all need fixing. You talk about everything, but you ain't even fixing yourself. So you walk around with zero substance to yourself. And there's nothing more to you beyond your looks. Ain't shit to you but your looks. And after your looks, it gets old after a while. What do you have that's going to sustain a person's attention? Let me tell you something. That chemistry I would choose chemistry over a biology every day of the damn week, baby. That chemistry is powerful. See, biology over a course of time is going to fade. It's going to go at some point. It may not be as tight. It may not be this and that, and that, but it's going to. If you a person who just living off your looks, man, it's just like 50 say, oh yeah, you bound to do some whole shit. Because that's all you got. There's no more substance beyond what you look like. You can't even hold a 2-minute conversation of substance. You have to see and realize that your happiness starts with you. What's going to be so different from now to next month? You make the choice. And if you're really trying to get your body right, you have to act on that. And don't ever start a fitness journey with the physical first. You better start with the mind first, because the body follows your mind. Because if this ain't right, the rest don't matter. Remember, happiness, you can't buy it, you can't win it, you have to choose it. It is a choice every single day. Don't buy into the bullshit that society is saying. Don't buy into the bullshit that you see on social media. Because you got to think about what these people are doing to garner the attention. Social media ain't nothing but some people go over the extreme because that's what attention whores do. You have to ask yourself, am I an attention whore? Do I have to show flesh to get attention? If you got to show flesh to get attention, you have no damn substance. Switch it. Stop showing flesh, and let's see your substance. Again, if all we got is our looks and our body, and there's no substance beyond that, that's all we have. What is beyond the looks and the body? Where is the substance? That's a question only you can answer. Eat to live this weekend. Don't live to eat. Remember, Monday's coming right around the corner, man. Great. Happy New Year special that we're running right now. So jump on it now. Got a couple of spots left. Limited spots available. Great New Year special. I'm not giving you no information. If you really want the information, contact me so you can get it. Set your consultation. Go to the website, tailormadetrainingforyou.net. Set your consultation. Make your inquiry. Make your problem known so we can fix it together. Remember, change ain't changed until things are changed, man. We can talk things all day, but if we ain't put no action behind what we're saying, we ain't got shit at the end of the day. Your happiness is an inside job. It's up to you to turn the switch on or to turn the switch and keep it off. It's up to you. But if you're going to be real about your shit. Be real about your mistakes. Be real about your problems. Be real about where you at. It would be refreshing if we sit at a table across from each other, men and women, and we just have real, candid, transparent, uncomfortable conversations with each other. We'll learn to appreciate each other more. And maybe we can go into it with a better attitude and mindset. We're not going into it just to give up, but we're looking for a reason to get out because we're so traumatized. Yeah, some of y'all are living in fear from your trauma. And once trauma becomes your identity, it's hell to unravel from that. So if trauma has become your identity, one of your New Year's resolutions is to get rid of that shit and to change that around. But I digress from that, man. Like I say, I'll start judging people once I'm perfect too, but since his brother's in no danger of becoming perfect, you'll never have to worry about Sean Patrick Taylor ever judging you. Please subscribe to No Judgment Zone podcast. There's plenty of things on there that you can check out. It's There's no judgment zone. Just go to YouTube, subscribe to it. I appreciate it. And if not, hey, you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I wish you guys a safe and happy, thriving, blessed New Year, and hope to see you in 2024. I'll catch you guys on the flip.
Peace.